Star 256 star 1#. 2. But Councillor, congratulations regardless of.
Thank you, and I say thanks to all of you because I mean, on my citation, I realized that all of you are involved. The people that give the awards constantly kept. If you read my citation, the job I do, the programs I do. Unfortunately for me, my medical aspect never came into the scene.
Whoa.
Yes, so I mean, I realized that the profile it didn't capture that one. So, but all the same, I was not really yearning for it. But once somebody recognizes your efforts, that alone, I appreciate it so much. And I pray that everybody at all who is working, the CDO chair signing him saying achia. I told you I wouldn't say we achia, but obinsu show a china and chia, you know. I'm all there, but body be ever mouth. So I'm congratulating myself and thanks to all of you, those who are the critics, those who are speaking against what I've gotten and what I've been saying. This will not change me. It will just add new addition to my life because I have to die finally at my age 153 with more of these honors that are coming because I'm doing more works, you know. And so it's not anything that is going to change me. It's not going to do anything. It's an addition to my name. My name is already a long sentence. So you can just imagine that I'm not adding a DR to it for what I've done for myself. And I'm okay. And I'm very excited.
This is just passing through though, but I'll say a bit to this kind of age. Star 256 star 1 has me a number 2. Safo's best friend. Ticket to go back to 5 city, but show more if you 5 there. I mean, definitely. 10 million now, so they are checking how far. Copy the councillor Becca CV now, not just say the ruling numbers maybe because one people, my brother councillor, to your 20 congratulations to councillor. Your comment section, about somebody now, for some more about so. Councillor, you're running.
I don't know what we can do about Merino because I don't know what is my time.
5.
So by now, so networking.
No, but I just want to know my time. Because I come too early at times.
5.
Exactly.
And it's so frustrating.
5.
If you can sit down for close to 30 minutes and come and spend. I don't have a problem with spending 5 minutes on it because I believe myself. If you ask Kofi Adoma, why is it Kofi Adoma asking? Kofi Adoma can host people for 2 hours on his eligible sense. You know, Kofi Adoma has the biggest sensible network so far when it comes to this online thing. He started. It's not that he has become a so I know he's different. Kofi. Maybe in case of 3 so, but brother be doom lighting. But listen to what I'm saying. That's all the side of the also realize how to do light. If you ask him, he will do 5 hours, 10 hours with people. I spend just 5 minutes of my time with him, and it makes a lot of sense to a lot of people. Till today, people are eating out of video. Somebody just sent me a video with me and Kofi Adoma. Something I said many years back. Me and Kofi, and it's still relevant in the lives of people. So I believe, sir, I don't need more time though, but it makes sense because at times I wish we are very interactive, even with our audience that are listening to us, you know. So I should know my time very well because it was 4:48 hours, 4:45 I was putting on my page. But I post this before I come. But I come and I'll start like 5:03 or 5:07 or 5:12, you know. And I don't know when I'm supposed to close because Kofi Adoma is sitting down to come and do 3 some news, drumming throughout, you know. But what will I do? I have to come. So what's my time so that I know what to do? Is it 30 or 20 minutes or 25 minutes?
25. 5 to 5 to
25.
You do something about it.
Work around.
Because most of the Kokonsa you do, they're already in town.
I think you should even join the Kokonsa.
You don't have money for the Kokonsa. Your money is just after the Kokonsa.
But Councillor, as someone says, it's
a deep conversation. And when I saw the story, I realized that last week, you know, so we have to just start somewhere, end somewhere. We'll continue it. And unfortunately for me, anytime I do a story, I continue it to another level. The kind of Yakasubia Wadia, 1 year Ubia Wawadi. Mefa Yakokasi Emma Honorable Kuma, John Kuma. Na me fa futu keto abi nko na futu mu fa na yipa man kasa mfo na me futu ya ebe de because we asema e wode won krofo bi a yan ye se fata se ese ye kan sembi. The nation is going through a lot of comment on radio obi aka na sem then food poison then air poison eduma me ya me hwe funti no sa edumadi en meti ase but yensua se no kura wo mu ne se won se bo metiwe mi wusesi a wo ha wo se mu bre mi su. Whatever you put in this water, when I die now, they will never see what is here that killed me.
Okay.
But all of you who assume say so no last and our chiefs not real. Whatever will kill you is not known until we are diagnosed through an autopsy. That is why I don't believe till today that anybody died because of COVID.
Still,
Wow.
Me, from my field, I don't believe anybody was buried because of COVID.
Wow.
Because by law, you can only bury people with death certificate.
Okay.
And without an autopsy report, you can write a death certificate. So when people die, they say, oh, because of COVID, because there are symptoms of XYZ. I have never believed until as I'm sitting. I challenge anybody who said anybody died with COVID. The whole world. Nobody died with COVID. I mean, those who have lost their family members in America, they can go to court and sue the people that have been buried. Because the only way you can prove something, look at when a car knocks somebody down. The law still demands that we do an autopsy to see what killed the person.
Okay.
So when you're motor accident, but okueme, say alleged say the autopsy report proved that there was nothing like that. There was an underlying condition. So my issue is that I don't know if the wife is seeing anybody to manage a death and grief moment. But I think this is not the time she should speak. Because listen to me, in your midst of confusion and mourning or pain, you might say what is not needed. And posterity will judge us because any man who has made a name or any woman who has made a name, the name will keep on eating for them and giving them clearance. So some informations are kept secret. Autopsy report is not a public report. So when somebody is pushing you to tell them what killed your husband, and you are able to tell us that my husband was suffering from cocoa from 1985, you've not done a good thing. And it might be because you are speaking through emotions. Why am I addressing this on radio? Because I think it's becoming too much. Somebody should call her, tell her that the state of mourning in Africa is excluded with what she's doing on any media. I stand to be corrected. If all the voices I'm hearing is not her, then I apologize. But if it's her, it's not a warning, it's not a caution, but it's an admonition that in a state of mourning, can she eliminate answering people with these things? Whatever has taken their husband's life, nothing of these things we're doing will bring the husband back. Nothing of it. It might be a lesson for others. I saw Dr. Baumia going serving food, and people are saying that people are careful now. Food poison. Let me tell you, God created the anatomy so well that anything that enters into the body that cannot stay will force itself out. And food poisoning is just a bacteria contaminated meal.
You're right.
So if anybody will use pesticide or any other thing to kill somebody, what you watch on TV or no poison, there's nothing like that can kill anybody. The human anatomy has ability to fight whatever goes onto you. So you know now, yes, I'll be fighting, then we had palpitation. That is why when they take you and cut you, the autopsy report will hardly see what really you drank. It could go and be a lung issue, go and be a kidney issue, go and be a liver issue, it will go and be a heart issue. But nobody should come and force you to tell them what killed you. Because I'm working now, sitting here, unfortunately for you, whatever is wrong with me, none of you will know. But if Rosie pushed me and I fall, the last thing you saw was a push. You can arrest her for assault, but she can be freed the next time.
I think Council, it falls in line. It falls in line because I don't want me da and the dofu obeto chima na se obeka na ebiana and I'm sending uncle for Cassenti no pentema.
Now only need to Grenin Casaro. Do you know why? Do you know why? Grenin Casa because we put you in a state of mourning.
Okay.
And then look, when a man's wife dies, it's more hurting than when a woman's husband dies. When a woman's husband dies, it's more obana bread. Send your bema ebewu. It's say Mrs. Yami to a me yiwa. Me bread my wife Rosie. But me wife Rosie na me wua obe bread and send to go pen. So widows find a lot of difficulty when the widows are. No man goes through widowhood rights. It is only women that go through it. And widowhood rights has never ever been what we are doing now. Do you know what widowhood right is? The right of this widowhood right is nothing but to check whether the woman you are sleeping on the same bed with took seed before the demise of the husband.
Okay.
That's all we do, right? So we give you 9 months to check whether you are carrying our child.
Whoa.
And the reason why we put you in a room not to go out is because we want to believe that the last person you saw is our son.
Okay.
So we don't right is just 9 months. And after that 1 year, we are supposed to give you the victory color for you to marry again. Even the Bible says that widows who are not above 60 years should not be supported. Wow. Yes.
So after a year, you are
supposed to get married. So a man should do maximum 6 months.
She just wants silence or more.
She cannot silence because in your quest to silence, you will spill and say what you are not supposed to say. As I'm sitting here, most people who know what I'm suffering from, they are those who are close to me. So when I pass on, it's hurting. No, if you think of how this man, we lost him per the news. Why should he come and die in an ambulance in Suhum? For me, if you ask me, it hurts me so badly that our health system, what could bring a man from Kumasi coming to Accra, and we cannot get a chopper to drive somebody 35 minutes, a man of such caliber. So you see, we should talk, and in our talking, it should put the wife and the family in a better morning state that will not bring them answering every question. I want to plead. The nation needs to go through counseling because right now, and I poison you. And what I saw, the video I saw said, President Mamindi Binshan, I saw a video like that of Dr. Mahmoud Baobia, the Vice President. I plead.
People need counseling for number into Ghana.
Well, on 0277609644 is the number, and I think that our story for today, we'll hang it in the corner. And we'll discuss the process tomorrow. I mean, yes, because I think it's becoming too much, and I thought when I come, I should address it as a gift, as a gift to this nation. I am a deaf and grief therapist. Okay. It's part of the things I've studied. I'm a deaf and grief therapist. I have certificate and studied for it. So I want to plead, and these are the times that we will need Kofi Adume's network to discuss issues like this. 0277-609-644. I still want to say condolences to the family. There's nothing we can do to bring Honorable John Kuma back. But I watched Saturday Metro TV in the morning and I realized that Chaluwa and Crawford Ben will cancel them. The way people testify about the way they are with him. I pray to God that I won't die now because people will say things about me that some are true, some are not true. Especially women on 0277. If you love me, love me now. 609-644. And remember, the scholarships are still available. Right. Call me and let me give you the scholarship to go and study AI and in cybersecurity in US and in Canada for free. Nice one. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you too, Councillor. Your last cash no, your amount a year 05482. 48 last 3 no sister you here the church. Congratulations so come out wow we need a last cash no 1,000 Ghana cedis 0548248 last 3 numbers here the Sabri dear you better say okay ho every a year 3 everything Sabri this one news and I hear about so your friends your friends
see I read through the
Charlie, thank you very
Sorry, before. I think I'm ready for the top.
This is Angel
2.9. I'm so sorry for all of you, and I think this was the discussion I wanted to have some time ago. You and it's too much. Okay, so I think that thank you.
Yeah, washroom, you know,
I don't know. The scent is very nice here.
Very bad.
For you, it's bad because this is healing. You know?
Like seriously,
juice or scent, they're my healing. You know, Say unko toilet or to Bumuda.
This.
Yes, yeah, thank you. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the topic I was going to discuss today didn't come on, but I think we want to do deaf and grief. If I thought I would do this, I could have brought you the video of Honorable John Kuman's wife in the comments and the things that happened. The reason is because when death comes, people become confused and they do a lot of things that they might not know is right or is wrong. I know she's mourning the husband. I know that the pain and the death of the husband has come as a shock to her. No, the way she's talking, the way Honorable John Kuman's wife is speaking, I still want to say I stand to be corrected. If the voices I'm hearing actually is the voice of Honorable John Kuman's wife, I'm saying this because you see, sorry, my Ghana man style. I'm saying this because the question this morning, I listened to Prophet Ieave speaking about the things that Honorable John Kuman's wife said. Death is painful. As I'm working, I'm not ready to die, especially after picking up a doctorate on it right now. I have a lot I want to do. Why would I want to die? Do you understand what I'm saying? So thank you so much, Akoshiana. Thank you very much, Joseph. Thank you very much. Intelligence, body. Thank you very much, Joseph Mbede. I believe that the topic I was going to discuss today is about divorce. You have to work out of marriage well so that you don't get hurt. But I'll postpone it and let's do a chit chat. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. I want us to have a conversation, serious conversation. Do you think that the way Honorable John Kuman's wife is going is the right thing? Anger can make you do a lot of things. And Crawford and some baby and Crawford can. And I told you, and some for your heat, Unyan Kabe ya. But say, send me now, Abe ya, no, what shall not tone? Just what to Masia. Because still, and come up your wa, Obi can be one shot. No one call Kebby. What the other American? And go finance and send me up. Now, what you do, I know money. And a penny tea and I gazing, prophet. And some more kind, and yet some you can't imagine. Me, I might have a friend later, but honestly speaking, and some prophet Naja Gazy kind, you can't imagine. Yes, I'm telling you, because still, no credit said, Honorable John Kuman, Yakasa says here, only ho, but a dini wo, ne mao, ne yin non sono, what made Didi a din who could see time and divorce busy. Something them channels here. And to me, the other say, I see a swan here, and at the swan baby, and you scoop and a swan you. And performing co school, but our Yansan say, ya school, Sebio, Yaji certificate for one, you did it. I don't know your take, but is it good? The way the wife of the honorable minister is doing, it doesn't look like a therapy for her. And the way the MPP communicators are defending their undefendable. The way I saw a video of His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and about to eat, and they said there shall be a whatever. And I saw another video of Captain Smart saying that Dr. Bawumia was poisoned and was rushed to. I just want to say this. In the anatomy of the human body, God created your body to reject whatever is not needed in your body. There is no technology in the world as far as health is concerned. Even in China and in India, there is no technology that when they carry you because they are poisoning you, they can put on you and flush the poison out of your body. There's no technology. There is no technology. I'm telling you, when we were young, and this is why my first aid policy is coming. I want to start the home first aid, what I call the CLF first aid, home first aid. It's not first aid box. What to do first
when your child is having temperature, what to do first when your child swallows a coin, what to do first when hot water pours on you or your child, what to do first when you have a diabetes patient who has gotten to hypoglycemia, what should do first if you have somebody who is asthmatic and the person is having a seizure, what to do first when you have anybody who has fallen down and they are lying down, how to position them, what to do first if you have anybody who have been electrocuted by touching an iron or something. I remember I was in America and my wife called me that everything in our house is shocking. Yes. And I told her, is she sure? He said, when you touch everything, including the tap, it's shocking. I said, wow, that's dangerous. So immediately I needed to call somebody to do. And because it's my field, I am not jack of all trades. I have been trained. Immediately, I called somebody who is an electrician and I told the person, check this, check it. And immediately when they checked it, there was a loose contact from the neutral cable that was touching the light, the neutral cable touching the body of the earthing container. And because it's earth and neutral, it was not blowing off, but the return of the current was causing them to have shock. When they came to terminate it, all of a sudden, now watch it. A friend of mine's house yesterday, Saturday, there was light off, and ECG restored the power. Ever since ECG restored the power, constantly they have fluctuation. It goes high and comes low. They are reported. They are reported. They are reported. This will cause fire outbreak. Domestic issues like this. So you see, your concern, my concern, our concern is the motto of the CL Foundation, Consortium Foundation, that took the award from Joe Biden in December. I think I am not doing all that I'm supposed to do apart from feeding the hungry and helping the needy. Their whole policy must come now. And the policy is that first say now. But I'm discussing Honorable John Kuma, especially the wife. The way she's talking. Somebody must call her to pull the brakes. Otherwise, she will say what she's not supposed to say in pain. Well, Josephine, if you tell me that Prophet Najagezi must grow up, I don't get it. Because the wife of John Kumatu, what she came to say, per what I heard, was also not wholesome. Two wrongs don't make a right, but two wrongs can correct right. I am not in support of what Prophet Najagezi said. I am not. Honestly, I am not. And I'm against what Najagezi did. But he told us that he's a judge. He needs to, God will defend him. He can't defend himself. But he needed to correct some of the things that the woman said that were lies. This morning, and I didn't like it. Like me, there are things that I don't respond to. I only educate. But I'm saying that what is the position of a widow? And you are only a widow that performs widowhood rites after the burial of your husband. If your husband falls today, yes, by the traditions and by the statements, it is clear that you are a widow. But you can only perform widowhood rites after your husband has been buried. In terms like this, psychologically, you are going through a certain level of pain, a pain that you are the only one that can explain. That is why the death and grief therapist is needed in your life. Yes, it's our work, and this is the time that you need us. I don't know if you know what the us are. Those of us who have been trained by ITS, and we did that in counseling to lead you on how to grieve your loss. Every loss must be grieved. Every loss must be grieved. Don't let anybody cause you to sit on grieving your loss. How to grieve loss? So I'm asking, Honorable John Kuma, We just lost him. Painful. I see, Saturday I was late to my graduation. And the reason why I was late was because, unfortunately, the Metro TV brought some friends and loved ones from NDC, MPP, CPP to discuss their friendship with Honorable John Kumah. And let me tell you, the thing they said, it was amazing to me. And the first question I asked the people I was sitting with, so when Honorable John Kumah was going for his vetting, did we hear things like this about him? There's a painful loss. Listen, as I'm sitting here, if I die today, it will be a big blow to even the biggest enemy in Ghana of Councillor Luto. Whoever thinks that they don't like me, if I die today, it will be a loss to them that they have to grieve. Why? Because I remember, Her Excellency, Nana Kunedu Ajimai Rawlings, those times when we were reading newspapers very well. Seriously, when newspaper reading was part of our policies. One of the things that we realized was that the Chronicle newspaper will every day write about Mrs. Rawlings. Every day. Then she left the limelight. Now there was no blasting headline news about Nana Kunedu Ajimai Rawlings. Let me ask you, generally speaking, when was the last time you heard a message from the former First Lady, Nana Kunedu Ajimai Rawlings, after the demise of ex-President Jerry John Rawlings? I drive in front of ex-President Rawlings' house at Ridge, and I feel the spirit of a man is gone. Oh yes. Oh yes. When Rawlings was alive, constantly you go to his house, and every week there are buses packed that people want to interact and speak with Rawlings. Oh yes. Oh yes. I don't know how many of you know about that. That was it. And for me, it was an itch for me. So the loss of a man, and I made a statement in the beginning that when a man dies, no death is good. But hear me, when a woman loses the husband, the pain is hard. I met some widows, and one was very old, and the woman said, if you have a husband that you can quarrel with every day at home, it's better than he dies. It's good you come and meet him and fight with him, insult yourself, create confusion. It's better than when he dies. Because after his death, you find it difficult to resonate with life. Hear me. Bible says that, and there was a woman who was living with a husband who was a prophet. It was after the death of the husband who was the prophet that the woman got to know that the husband has gone to borrow money and has used the 2 sons as collateral. So hear me. I am asking a simple question. Is it wrong for the woman to speak after the death of the husband? Some are saying that what she's doing is therapeutic for her. It's giving her the chance to be able to speak out. But hear me, Abner. Abner is asking me what the topic is. Unfortunately, Abner, we have changed our topic. We are discussing how to grieve loss. Whether death, loss of mobile phone, my Z phone, my phone I treasure so much, the Z phone. And thanks once again to my boy and my girl who really bought it. I bought the phone and I was not able to pay, and they said that he will clear it for you, and they paid for it. Right now, my phone is off. And I've been telling my president in America, before not saying you, that she only laugh because she has one. What do you say? And I'm a Jew, and as for her, I know she'll give me a phone and the phone. But what I'm saying is that even that one is hurting me. Because my phone is a phone that everybody talks about. I would like to take a picture from your phone. And it be phone. The day the phone fell, if I didn't manage myself, whoever caused the phone to fall, I could have had a fight, confrontation but it was by mistake that they fell. It was a small, my son did, my shadow. You know what I'm talking about? So I come to say that every loss must be grieved. Nobody should stop you from grieving a loss, but there should be an end to grieving a loss. And in your state of grieving a loss, make sure you don't lose yourself in grieving a loss. I'm confusing you. Yeah. I said this morning, I heard Ieave direct on telephone, speaking to Kwame Nkrumah Tikesi on what the wife of Honorable John Kuma has said concerning him, that the prophecy that Ieave gave was a prophecy that they told him about the health. And that has provoked Ieave to give us details of what is happening, even to the extent that he has to shut his mouth on some of the statements. The wife of Honorable John Kuma, you are going through pain. You've lost a treasure. You have lost a man that you cannot replace. You have lost a father for your children that no man can come and replace the man you have lost. You can find other husbands. You can find other men. You can meet other angels. They might be richer than John Kuma. They might be more hardworking than John Kuma. They might be more better in terms and resilient and handsome and smart and more patient than John Kuma. But you can't have anybody to replace John Kuma. So I understand your pain. And especially when people don't know what your husband has suffered, what he was battling with, and are saying what they are not supposed to say, you'll be tempted to correct them. But I wish in your quest to correct, you will not say what must not be known. My question is simple. Is the woman wrong in defending this poison conversation going on? Should the wife of Honorable John Kuma shut up, or she should keep on talking? That is my conversation. TikTok, you can make your request. Facebook, those of you who want to come, tell me, I'll give you the link. Josephine Beatty wrote something, and I was going to read it. And let me give opportunity to read all of you what you have said. My statement I made, I've not repeated. Let me repeat the statement. Somebody's asking me here on text message. I said, when a woman loses the husband, hear me, when a woman loses the husband, it is more painful during the grieving because women will have to go through widowhood rites, which is an act of proving that you are not pregnant at the time of the demise of your husband. So that is what we call widowhood rites. So the family of the man, together with the woman, will have to subject you to a waiting period of 9 months to 1 year. So they will see if you were not impregnated by their son. After that, you are allowed to go and marry whoever you want to get married to. But I'm saying it emphatically. Me, no matter how good I am, no matter how handsome I look, no matter how hardworking I am, no matter how sexually performing I am, when I die today, my wife cannot replace me. I am irreplaceable in the life of my wives. My wife can get another man who might be taller, fairer, richer, wiser, influential than me. However, my wife can never replace me. She can get father figure for my children that will take them everywhere they want to go to. They will sit in the best car to school. She might get the best offer than me, but nobody can replace me in the life of my children. I will forever be their father. So listening to what I'm saying, it is a bigger pain on the woman. Somebody will say, what of a woman? Me, if my wife dies today, it will hurt me. Because honestly speaking, I cannot replace my wife. There are many women. There are many women. Some will be beautiful, not more than my wife. Very, very respectful, not more than my wife. I might get somebody that has more buttocks, more breast than my wife, but I cannot replace my wife. So I will be going through pain. However, it is easy for me to marry again than when I die for my wife to marry again. Men don't do it right. It is assumed that you can decide to take 4 to 6 months to observe the wife that you have lost. But nobody can say, do 1 year, wear black. Because we are not pregnant. The night that my wife has been laid in state, I can get a vagina to fuck. Oh, yeah. But it is difficult because the widow is protected, is guarded, that she will not bring any child to the family that is not theirs. You see the pain. So don't wish your husband dead, because becoming a widow is difficult. And don't also wish your wife dead, even though you can get a new wife. Bible says that, and when King Hazazos sent that they should go and call Vashti, Vashti refused to come. And according to the law, the wife must be killed. The Vashti said, I won't kill Vashti. I will let Vashti leave and marry another woman. Even though Esther came, Esther was never equivalent to Vashti, who was alive. The beauty of Vashti in the province, no woman was able to compare to that woman called Vashti. Like Jezebel. The beauty of Jezebel till the Bible finished writing. There was no woman like Jezebel. Character, rulership. Because Jezebel was the ruler and their husband was the king. So it's difficult to replace a dead woman or a dead wife. Now watch it. If you are married to a wicked husband, your wish is that he should die for you to be free. But the day your husband died, you will never be free. No, I'm telling you, I am the bad husband. I am the what. If today I die, my wife will not get a replacement. And that is why I don't want to die. So don't kill anybody because you don't want them anymore. My question is, Honorable John Kuma's wife, she's going through pain. See the way the mother of John Kuma is crying. See the way they are all making the noise. If you don't take care, in the midst of mourning your loss, you might say what you are not supposed to say. Look what Nigeria spoke about this morning. If the wife of Honorable John Kuma, prophetess, comes to respond, it will become more nasty. And I hope she won't respond. Go to OKFM and listen. Go and read the comments. Yes, every loss must be grieved. But you need common sense. You need a therapist to assist you to grieve your loss. John Kuma's autopsy report is out faster than Atamil's autopsy report. This is stupidity. Because autopsy report is not a public notice. If I die because I am HIV positive, and people are saying that I was poisoned, will you bring my HIV status out? Because once the husband was HIV positive, everybody will believe that my wife is positive. So my children, so you leave a stigma on the life of my children, leave a stigma on the life of my wife. So I'm saying that autopsy report is the family's right. Stop the demand of the autopsy report. And hear me. Education. Food poisoning is bacteria contaminated food. When food is cooked well, and in the next day, look, we've been eating food poisoning. Charlie, let's show you one of the last food poisoning. And as I'm telling you this one, I know some people will be laughing. Some people in my office will be laughing. They say me when the food is spoiled, I'll eat. Because my stomach has anti-food poisoning. I'm laughing. I know somebody that is supposed to be watching is not watching. She can come and throw my food away because me, I won't throw it away. I want it. My daughter at home says that daddy will say it's no sport. So I have kinky, and there's fungus all around the kinky. I will remove the kinky and decorate the kinky and heat it. It is very hot. I tell come here from come if it is bread is molded black, and they will say this is poisonous. You don't eat molded bread, and I will dress it, peel it, and I will eat it. It's poison, but I eat. And when I eat, I'm okay. Yesterday I met a friend. He says when he eats banana right now, he will vomit and vomit and vomit and start going to the toilet. So he sees banana in his system as food poison. Now watch it, watch it. So when people are poisoned with a chemical or a substance, it cannot be compared to food poisoning. So somebody can inject an insecticide that is not meant to be wholesome to human anatomy into water, into drink, and you will drink it, and your body will start reacting. Remember, the human body must react to any unwanted material that is not needed in the body. So you have diarrhea, you start going to toilet, you start throwing out. Home remedy, for example. If your child, if you know, write it and I'll read it. If your child drinks kerosene, those times when we were weak and we're living at compound house, kerosene was one of the things that the children would drink because we were keeping kerosene in Coca-Cola bottles and Fanta bottles. I don't know if you know about those old times. Because we're using lantern, we're not using lights. So everybody has a lantern and bobo. How do you call bobo in English? Osono. The one with the wick, and we light it and it makes your nose black. I mean, in our old house in Medina, Ottawa, there was no light, and that's what I was using to learn. Maybe that's why I'm very brilliant. I'm intelligent because I use lantern and bobo to learn. Then the candle. It was difficult to even get candle because my father's church, we were using candle to pray. So candle was a pray, it was an altar for me to even come and use it to learn. And so in my father's church, you hold the candle like this and the wax is pouring on you and sarakavia, and it's burning you. You don't say adish. So it was something else. And what am I bringing your mind to? First aid, when a child drinks kerosene at home, what do you do first? If you know, tell me, answer me for 1 Ghana pesos. 1 Ghana cedi. When you collect if you know no kerosene, then away. So first aid has become a problem with us. A loss is painful, and every loss must be grieved. I'm repeating it all. I am not against the pain the wife of Honorable John Kuma is going through. I am siding with her. It is painful. Your husband and when you hear the woman, she's speaking with pain. Take him to the hospital. Thank you very much. Give the child red oil. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. Give the child red oil is what somebody is writing on TikTok. He said, give the child red oil. That's true. Red oil. Thank you. And I'll tell you what red oil does. Give the child, someone says, you give the child red oil, you give red oil to the child. Okay. Give him palm oil to drink. Okay. So first aid, red oil. What is red oil? How is red oil made? Where is red oil coming from? If I tell you the benefits of the palm tree, you will clap your hands and you will never insult a palm tree. And if I tell you the weapon a palm tree carries, oh my God. If you are cursed with a palm tree, it affects you faster than when you are cursed with an egg. Go make action. Go beat the abedria ebu dria. The abedria ebu dria. And I the abedria ya di tiawa. So that is the remedy. But right now, my question is, do you think Honorable John Kuma's wife is going overboard, or we should allow her to grieve the loss of the husband the way she's doing? I am fair to say I am not happy the way she's reacting to the demise of the husband. When a cuckoo and a man can, You see, when they come, me, my uncle died in Dansoman, one of the hotels. He was brought in there, so that's how I say, BID, to the hospital. Where at the hospital? He was a big man at physiotherapy department. So he was brought to cardio rush from a particular hotel in Dansoman, within the Kolubu area. When they brought him, no, then the news went. They say yes. He went to sleep with a certain girl in the hotel, and when he died, the girl ran away. It was a lie. It was a lie. He was alone in the hotel. That is why he died. If there was a girl there, my uncle could have not died. But that was the story. And they were saying, Opemba, and a Chebi Obedi, won't be a Chakoyano. We are simply saying, we need to fear, and you are saying, but that is not what killed him. We never try to defend it. Yes, Opemba, na bema Opemba, we are Yalefo. One name so said, Obenya, asem we come. Obema ben, or Peso Bedi Chaya, the womb. Oba ben na actually when she was a medical yadi womb. Obie slow yadi. But that was the news in the whole hospital. A big man who had challenges with the wife at home. And my uncle's problem with the wife was that they had children that the two of them loved themselves in Russia. And so they married that conceiving their electroforces. That they are all AS and one is SS, one is AS. So their children were SS, and they were burying their children. So when my uncle realized that he was AS, he decided that can I have a child out of wedlock so that at least you can have an AS somewhere for the children to survive. The wife said, Jack, no. And this was the meeting they called. And from that day, my uncle never had his peace of mind at home. Let me tell you, the day my uncle died, the wife has never, till today, the wife has never been normal again after the death of my husband, my father. My uncle. Why? Because what was happening was difficult for her. The car that my uncle was riding, that when he died, they were rushed and came for the car in the hospital. He was not finished paying. He has not finished paying from Toyota Ghana. Immediately they came for it. Look, you don't know what we need to survive. As I'm standing here, you don't know how many people I'm owing until I die. So if I die today, and you think that yes, my wife will be hurt. If she doesn't even get hurt, I'll be surprised. Because I'm one of the evil person in her life. Or I'm one of the good people in her life. So when I die, she should be worried. But I don't believe that my wife must defend everything people are saying. You think my wife doesn't read social media? There are some of the things I don't see. It's my wife that sees to come and tell me. Recently, when I was honored with the honorary doctorate degree, it's my wife that drew my attention to some people who don't know me, but are insulting me and are even insulting her. That woman called Mrs. Lutros, Ghana Mrs. Lutros. She would never respond. My wife sits in Trotro at times. She will say, Charlie, I don't want to drive. She will join Trotro and I'm on radio. And when they mention my name, people sitting by her would just be insulting me and insult her on top. Wait, cry Jimmy, Papa, you can say Jimmy, sir. She said, "Question and a bread. Why are you now? Why they didn't buy my Jimmy for say?" And she's sitting there listening to them. She doesn't respond because you don't have to use your grieving moment to say secrets. Never use your grieving moment to share your secret to the public. May your hurt not cause you to speak and say what you're not supposed to say. So I'm saying that Ieave and the wife of Honorable John Kuma, the late John Kuma, what they are doing, somebody must tell the woman, stop. Stop. I have not gone to listen to anything, but I pray that she has not gone to respond to Ieave after this morning's interview. Because this morning, the things Ieave said, he was not supposed to say. So my question for the discussion is it right for the wife of Honorable John Kuma to speak? Is it going to give us some relief? I'm asking. Joseph Mbeni asked and said, Ieave, let me say, he said, seriously, Nigel should grow up. No, Josephine, no. Nigel cannot grow up because the ministry Nigel Gezi is in, the prophetic ministry, constantly is under lies. And so when the woman spoke, I saw an article that said that Nigel Gezi is a womanizer, lies women. But that's normal. He's a man before he became God, man of God. But if this is a headline that according to John Kuman's mind, that's what I saw. I saw it. So that was why I asked what is going on, and I was told what they are doing, the banter they are going through. So my question is, how do we grieve loss? How do we grieve the loss? How do we grieve the loss without causing trouble, without spilling the beans, without saying what we are not supposed to say? Today, how many of you know what killed your woman? Then they come. Oh, Captain Smart say poison. Or bois and your poison. Poison to me kunipa. Na yire na ba ka say poison. Na la ni kunu yale ben. Ye gu afu ani mase. Esan say oni papa ba say Jonkuma. Nyama wa ye ni bedi nachi. Eti ye gu ani mase. One shot with you before back can the yen can. Kudos, doctors. Thank you very much. Who can the yen can before? But we are sharing mind. This is my take. That John Kume's wife must stop talking. If I say shut up, it's too hard. She has to stop talking. Grieving the loss of your spouse is important. Nobody must tell you. And yes, she, Nyamina Dima, Nyamina Alpha, or when you be able, I am Pasiasam. Hey, Sebio, Yansen, Nisakasen, everybody will die. So, the fact that I am grieving the loss of my husband doesn't mean I don't know everybody will die. But why should mine die early like this? I was asking questions. Honorable John Kuma is being driven from Kumasi to Accra. 4 hours. Less because it's an ambulance. He might have a motorcade doing clearance on the way. I agree. But I ask myself, how many minutes will it take a chopper to come to Accra as compared to an ambulance on the road? Because the road has potholes. So on your top speed, you might not be able to go through potholes. So what really happened to a chopper, an helicopter, to bring Honorable John Kuma to Accra if the savior of John Kuma is in Accra? These things will not bring him back. But we might be learning from the lapses and the mistake. Remember, the story was told of late President John Evans Atamils that he collapsed in the castle and was put in the ambulance from castle and was being brought to 37 military hospital and he died on the way. I don't know which one is true, or he died in the hospital. I don't know which one. Alleged. It is alleged that Vice President Emizata was on a treadmill doing an exercise and fell off and was rushed in an ambulance to 37 military hospital and we lost it. It is believed that one of the richest guys is Sedeko. The same thing. So every time we are not able to give first aid properly and we carry the people and they die in ambulance. You see my first day problem. So whatever condition Honorable John Kuma was in, and I was informed that the condition was not proper a night before, but it was managed. What stopped you people from bringing the man to Accra, where you believe that his savior is? How much will it cost? I'm only asking a question. Now, out of all this one, there are pain in our hearts. So when you speak ill or say what you don't know, somebody will want to respond. What do I say? Should the wife continue speaking or not? Should the wife be? You didn't come up. We are not fighting. No insult. Prophet Najagezi, I'm going to ask him. He promised that he won't talk again. But that was a promise. He said he will not talk, but he spoke to again. I'm sharing the page. I want to climb up. Let me hear from you. TikTok, make your request and I'll pick you up. Abna want to read this story. Blah 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 blah. Up near Nico. Member su. Is what the Obi wa in China usu. The new usu kura usu. Is the wife doing well? Is it okay to be talking? The thing the wife said about Najagezi and Najagezi are come to respond. Simply put, every loss must be grieved. Every loss must be grieved. When you lose your mobile phone, you have to grieve it. When you lose your wife, you have to grieve it. When you lose your girlfriend, you have to grieve every loss. If you lose your sexuality, grieve it. So every loss must be grieved. And when you watch the stages of grieving, it's a process. So yes, the wife of Honorable John Kuma will be going through the first stage of grieving. Because at the end of the day, hear me, if you are not allowed to grieve, it becomes a big problem for you for the rest of your life. Every loss must be grieved. So as a death and grief therapist, I take everybody to go through grieving. And usually, when you are taking them through the stages of grieving, they act as if everything is okay. But when you hit them in the right corner, they come up. So is the woman grieving the loss of the husband? Or somebody is making her angry, and that's why she's grieving? You have to grieve your loss. I'm waiting for you. Because the way the woman is speaking, for me, analyzing the voice of the wife of Honorable John, she's speaking like Yenim said, a bit to me is. So what does here? Yenim said, Honorable John Kuma, the old come obey me. Abrasiga, welcome. But Oba Nikuru a yen ya all granting interviews. All kasa. Do you think it's right? Well, somebody say, hey, I've now the car. It is a Abraham. Story for the day. I'm saying you would want. Mo say a story for the day now. Make me go with more 1 hour. But once a winner, say a boy. Ye na ye fanya me musa. Jose. What's a winning one with your coin? And you will see a winning. Then what's your fun? So what's the poison? Semi bois. But maybe the other say, the kasa na nikune wulu. What did he say? Do I hear the yana? Ebe buana. What is that even going on here? Because my many or the yaw ne kasa, and I'm not what the yaw kasa pia. Ube kadi yenka. Hey, Lady B, welcome to the page. Lady B, I'm watching me come page on a big Victoria. And I say, I'm not. They can meet you to say we should solve the trouble. Your case, but I am only asking that what should be the best advice so I can come to my topic. My class prefect want me to discuss the story for the day. But I'm asking what should be the best advice for the wife of Honorable John Kuma who is speaking about the loss of your husband.
I think only the now marrying the husband because from a neck of much not part and I just said you want to bring things that we don't know about your husband.
That is my problem.
Yes.
Because you need to say I'm no yalibi.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, you need so yalibi. That's the problem. And I'm saying, I be seeing me by the say, when Konya Butrea, who be the ones in a chiako bri wukrum. At this time, when you reach out to people, think that you want to, but I don't know what I'm going to use fame for. Maybe I may do it a fame baby. Me to come maybe a counselor, me to compare bar, me to me poor bar, this or bar. Miankasama ko fa ko le bia ko dina e difficult mitimi nkoto wachi baby abefa bia ade ebodi etie bia be ko wa ba me kasa no be eya me ya ano pe eya me ya o me ti say prophet Nyagezi edi nkomo no me hwehwe de na masana nko ka te say chale twa so ba na wa kan wi e na nyama o kan ye no oba na be kan sem bebre bi di gu ne ho what was ya na. It is some mamma never kind, and I Nyagezi ye say, and yes, son, but in your quest to explain what didn't happen, you might say what you are not supposed to say. Hey, but one said in the 5 stages of grieving, the first one is called denial, and in the denial state, the person behaves like NC, me phone and lie. Yeah, remember, oh, and you're right. And you're right. It's called denial state. And after you go through denial, the next thing that happens to you is anger. And before, I will find time to treat grieving here. I'm just telling you the type of grieving, 5 stages. And this is why you need a professional to help you. And some of us, we are here to help on 0277 609 644. I am a deaf and grief therapist trained. The first thing is that be careful that you finish your denial before you come to anger. So when you go through denial and we help you to understand that, don't deny it. And some people will deny that my husband is dead. No, on Jindi. Oh, will. No, will. Your friend, I'm a coin. Me say or say denial. Me, mammy, we may catch up and say, "Mama, who's human for the free months." But what that Obenyana? Yeah. We go catch up on much. And I'm more about the crowd will say, "Oh, give it to me." Oh no, my mother is not dead. She will change. She will come back. And I was positive. Even though I met my mother so at the entrance of the hospital. And I asked her, oh, call him. When filming the show, me about 325 I'm watching. Me fi girl talk show, better show. Oh, would they be sluggy? So I was living in denial. Then finally, we said, well, and I was angry. Why should my mother die? I feel sorry for the woman and her children. Ghanaians, when one children, Gloria, Barbara says, shut up. So it's a state in life. You deny it. When you finish denying, then reality will set in. They want to do autopsy on your mother. So come and stand for us to do the autopsy with one of the family members. Then you realize that they have taken knife to cut your mother and she's not saying Ajif. Reality has set in. Then you become angry. What didn't I do right? When my mother was sick, I didn't go to visit her. When they needed $40,000, so anger was set in. And what happened? And the whole John Kuma, they are funny to have a play, and they need a ambulance, and ambulance no call points, travel my car, and I'm for a pin, or be a fee, and I had to be far, and I put us or points, and your friend doctor will fee, doctor in the movie. So anger was set in when you are grieving a loss. Anger is normal. But because you are guarded by a professional, you don't go overboard. You don't cry and cast insinuations. And I mean, so those are anger statements. Now, make sure you're kunika. Now, they are part of the grieving, but you have to grieve sensibly. Yet the young son is grieving, and young grieving, and can't Jimmy some a real one go some. Thank you. Someone says nice one. That's all. So you get to anger. Now, after you have finished going through anger, then you find yourself in bargaining. It's called you bargain. Now what 30,000 grand on your account. Doctor, they can't say inquire we man and you hospital. That is part of grieving. I saw a post on social media. The Honorable John Kuman's house is over 2 million Ghana cedis. Where did he get the money? At this time. Hey! At this time, we are going to throw away social media. Now the year no. No. If you want to respond to everything, you become everything for them. So it is good for you to go through the grieving, but go through it professionally. So when you go through bargaining, you will bargain with the reality. We will you will say all these things as part of grieving the loss. Me, they stole my mobile phone. The guy collected a phone from me like this in front of police officer, police headquarters. Instead of me to go away, I chased the guy. I went to Nima. I took a taxi, but there was no driving. I took a taxi and I went. They said there's a place that when they steal your phone, they'll bring it to Nima. And I was believing that no one could show me to give me phone. Where you are going? Thank you, Lady B. Welcome. Obisi baby uncle. Yanko Ukoha. Boys no one make one see can you. And the castle men call you. I was bargaining with reality. My guinness said, make me phone. Me call police station, go back to say, you have phone. Policeman say, me pray and I'm saying, you see, I didn't phone and pray, I'm in coffee. So the policeman didn't help me to grieve the loss. Now I became depressed because we should show be anama in unity. And I sat down there and on the phone. Now what deal do with Frankies? Ah, you cannot now or change Frankies. By a year phone, meant to me and call him deal. So right now, Nipan also to home. Also fret and also me do me phone. Me need nama. Phone book number phone card, but phone book to listen in our say. It's a phone a bag more. Later, me go share na me G na me bia obi ma me na me nipa na me frɛ nipa. Me wɔ landline bi na me frɛ landline ye na mama me. Na me di phone book go frɛ no. E wo so ari. Of our phone now, or say I am not a serious person. Or say you are not serious. And I say, oh, Master, you ask me what happened. I should ask you what happened. Hey, are you the only person who goes? Are you the only person who goes to church? I say, oh, Charlie, listen, take your time. Don't listen to anything. Charlie, my time is money from you. After all, I'm bringing you money. These are his words. I'm bringing you money, and you are rejecting it, and you are sitting just shouting to God. I said, thank you. I'm sorry for wasting your time. And I'm calling you, you are cutting my call. You are not picking and cutting my call. What is it? Are you only child of God? He didn't even listen to my phone is missing. So he made me more depressed. He depressed me the more. The only person that helped me was my mother. When I go home and I told mother they have taken my phone. He said, are you okay? Should we go to the hospital? I said, no. He said, let them take it. How much is phone? I'll buy you a new one. By then, we were not using Google account to keep our numbers. But what my mother told me saved my life. So you go through these things, you depress, and finally, I came to acceptance that the phone is gone. Now hear me. In the midst of these things, I was angry. Nima boys are thieves. Nima boys because they gave me a guy named called Tekada. Do you know what is called Tekada in Hausa? Go small. So before the boys would collect my phone from my waist, they stopped at the traffic light for me to cross. And once I was crossing, the guy told the motor rider, the one sitting behind who snatched my phone, told the rider, take her down. So as I was crossing, as if you were giving me way, you know, there's a style they do it. Oh, they have seen me and Oka said, take her down. And the Korean Kakrano, now of a sort of Korean, now onto me, searching for no one waste. No, God saved me because I was using a phone called Ringo. And the Ringo, I put it in my bed hook. So the way they snatch it, if my bed hook didn't tear down, they could have struck me on the floor and my head was hit down because I was unaware. But God saved me. I didn't blame God. I lost the guy's business. He was going to give me an electrical contract in Kimbu Sectech. That was the meeting I was going to. It was a turning point in my life. Because I lost my phone, I lost the contract in Kimbu, I lost that friend of mine who didn't understand me. It was after 3 years before we were able to meet, and I told him what happened. He said sorry, but he didn't give me the contract anymore. One phone that I got lost. But I didn't speak loose. Maybe because I have gone through some level of training, so I know what time is it. But Honorable John Kume's wife, can somebody help me say to her, Mommy, sorry for your loss. Stop responding to the people. Hey, look, me, if I die, if I die today, you'll be hurt because you are owing me, you've not paid. What do I say? I'm not there. But what do you mean? Because of the count here. And I get you a bell. You say, who supposed to have a down cow? I'm watching. Who's slow? It's painful. I like how you are facing reality. Thank you very much, Mr. Samoa. Abraham kind message. Honorable Yafna, this me emojis in Amintias. Which this one means, are you crying or something? Or you are laughing? You are laughing. I will go for somebody like you. Honorable Yafna, when I die, you pray I don't die before the time God calls me. You. the way I'll torment you. The first thing I'll come for is your Z4. Sure. I'm more personal than me. But it is a year. Who will be a year? Check your woo and then you have to so one year giant. I don't see. Maybe share a year, and at the year said, Sani Pana will what did it tea and now only need tea. You see, Obama or Teti or Wua, because we are irreplaceable. Me, I'm not replaceable. No, there are other men. There are other men richer than me, handsome than me, more intelligent than me. They will do better than I do, but you can't replace me. You can get another one, but you can't replace a father in the life of my children. There can be a man that will leave you, who will build a White House for you. Right now, I'm renting a house for you. You will meet a man that will take you to a White House, live in the most expensive Manhattan area, or live in Airport Hills. Yes, it's true. But me, you won't get me again. So when you see somebody is crying because I am dead and worried, it is right. But I'm saying that if you don't learn how to grieve the loss, you might say what you are not supposed to say. Yes. Somebody say, where I am is dark. Is it dark? I hear where I am is very dark.
Oh, okay.
So let me try it and see if so dark there. Is it my face that is dark? As for my face, is always dark. I'm starting to say another summer. Minister of Corona, me wanna say. Eti asemusia. Shese. Ofe bufu. Embe kadi yenka. Eti na mesre. Me de mesre. Me patch or say. Honorable John Kumayere. The SCBA. The offer bia. Obi one na onye din. Anamone me nyake. Ese obe kasa obe nyemo obe kan nyina. Wama na jagezi ntu abe kanyama bebre bia. Ese se e kan bedo. Why na jagezi? Well, they make us say, because I don't know who to go to, honestly. But the credit said, M say, oh, Casani, oh, Klenipa, but I'm not the Siam, and then we no clue, but no, Obi say, John Mama and Gofa Atanos autopsy report in Bra, but John Kumewu in less than 7 days, they are the autopsy report about. You see, when they come, yeah, can't we were bedroom? Yeah, can't we were bedroom? Hey, none of you are 1 minute now. Wouldn't me drop me winter between Jina Hakasa? Wouldn't be uncle for ever? Wouldn't there be a shame? This is Munta between the 20 years and the deal of 15 minutes. Now, we're now. Now, the bay is so soon. Nakami is so welcome and go show that you was see more. One woman and become you. And you have the man and go to you with you. I believe, sir. And Namika said, I feel like, and I stand to be corrected, the way the wife is responding, she knew that no matter what it is, the husband will die. What I say? Because me, I am young. say opening mua ye ntimi afa chopper and helicopter and fun 35 minutes and back but ye didn't came so far for us in it means he was okay. The state of Jonkuma in the ambulance was normal. Now you have private jet in Bo or the buy or TC. The private jets from the background. Ever Jim one. I had dead. What we imagine a big seven. And when ends not Jonkuma be years as is your way or better on no. Akwane wo. Hey, Papa no wo. How many days in here? Jonkuma wo about. Poison you, and your poison you, be an chio bio, yet you go to jail, yet then you, the man cannot be replaced. And we cannot be too careful. I'm telling you, we can't be too careful. Me, I go to the studio and my aide will bring me water, and they say, why? Am I afraid of them? No. But I'm okay in drinking the water that she will give me. So, poison. And I've explained what poison is for you. Food poison is contaminated meal or food. A food that carries bacteria. Me, I'm eating food poisoning. Kenke. I don't throw kenke away. Especially fancy kenke other has fermented. I will cut the side and side and we'll put it in hot water, boil it. And cutting choir said, Michelle Namni Gumunu Pasa. Namidi Bidia Gum because Bidia a poison bacteria in every one. Namedi. They told me who came one and finally bomb. I'm a dear me yafunsu ewa anti-poison. Me dia tapen na me taka clear few and bomb. But that me di nkwan bi sa my office. And I'm a girl I'm in the office in the TBD. 3 days one bedroom. One nessa. I mean, never. So get the cigar for you. Okay, I have from where you food be. I'm going to change your phone only. And go. Ah, share. The person be changed. Share. Ask for food poisoning. Obi abegi you. Africa. Yedida. But it's me kuni partner. I mean. So what this son and come so yan for acquire a Sabian tema, but in Koma Yendi, is see a da. And Master said, I am pleading with the family of Honorable John Kuma and Mrs. Kuma, Prophetess Kuma. Will you please cease fire? Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. May God bless you as you stop talking. May God help you grieve the loss of your husband. May you go through the grieving, knowing that God knows why. And you know why already because you told us why your husband died. But stop talking. Let me tell you what happened to him. A young guy we're living with during the COVID times died because of deep. 2 months after the burial, I have a certain guy who repair phones for me a second. Then he called me, the counselor, wait here, I see me see ni kuni wuli na madam for very low song. Are you a kindergarten child?
I'm sorry, I didn't know you were live. This is my workplace.
So you are working place and singing song like you are a kindergarten child.
I'm sorry.
Look at your hairstyle.
Thank you. Thank you.
I see your black face.
Thank you. I'm a that girl. I don't wish to be fair.
You are not that.
I don't wish to be fair.
You are black.
Thank you. I'm black and I'm proud.
I see your ears slippers.
Yes, it's Ghana man. It's Ghana man.
Viewers, I have to go and dress this short girl.
Point of correction, I'm not short, I'm cute.
You say what? Short things like you are not cute. Only teddy bears are cute. So she's a teddy bear. She's singing Ozigo Zigo in my life. I've dealt with her. That was a commercial break for this girl. So as I'm saying, the friend called me and told me, say, "What done for the or the crew phone number say yendi code man." Opeden. And the guy this officer and say, "What do you want on your husband's phone?" That's why you brought it, because the officer say, "Madam, why phone?" No say me crew, but me say me name password. His son say, "Oh, scout the mumu so." No, say, "Oh, say a beautiful look at password mumu." Eti mobile phone companies in home. Na catch them say ukrewu ombeye we ma no ma password and ade. E just see on kind of see when your password ni keke. Na abaye bi be yie na se tie nkomo no. Abaye bi be yie na se. Attitude obe show ye. Na onu nim say abaye ndi ni kunu ni hihye ho. Eti ope proof from the phone of the dead husband. Do you know why the lady did that? She did that because she has not gone through the state of grieving. Answer na nikrun be wunu. Eda nikrun yare ye no. Yete se osi be ma ne koda sa oba ne ho. So you see, hey, that when people hold it. There's a big woman on my Facebook here, and if I don't appreciate it, I can lose my Facebook page. Ladies and gentlemen, can we all put our hands together for Honorable Rashmi Victoria Hammer? You know Vicky Hammer, the former minister, deputy minister of communication. Honorable Victoria Hammer, she's on my Facebook. Honorable Victoria Hammer, thank you very much, and thank you for congratulating me on my honorary doctorate. She's my best friend. Thank you very much for coming. I don't know if you are going again for NDC. It's a long time I heard you talking about politics, but thank you for coming. So thank you for coming on. So honorable, thank you, welcome so much. Once I'm honorable, always honorable. She's a very good friend of mine and my family. Thank you very much for coming. Honorable, thank you. I'm honored to have you here, Victoria Hammer. And she's a woman activist. If she wants to talk, honorable, if you want to talk, tell me, I'll give you the link and people can hear your voice. She's a very strong woman. So this woman took the husband, the dead guy's mobile phone to circle because she wanted to get a particular message from a certain girl that came to misbehave at the funeral ground. It's because she has not gone through proper grieving of the loss of the husband. The husband was 38 years. The guy died at 38. They have been married for 6 years. And the lady, when the guy married the lady, she was 20 something. Because the guy died at 38. And she's walking in circle. Mobile phone, no mommy. Me person be flashing. It sounds a message. Me pay this song. I saw my ideas. What do you call it? Dead. A man that is dead. What evidence do you want to go and prove? Say me catch them and say, "Kwame na odi Georgina." Me catch I want to me and dig. Anyway, we say Georgina, we should Georgina be we yi na si. Or yet is on you kuna. Miss Remo, and plan to be your kuna. And you didn't your kuna. If you don't go through proper grieving, it's not just about therefore. You can lose the position. You can be demoted. You can be even transferred. if you are in Accra and they are transferring you to Tamale, it can be a loss for you. It can be a demotion for you. And you need to go and see a death and grief therapist. Remember my comment. I say every loss must be grieved. You don't know why you married your husband. He was always sitting at Santasi Market with boys. And you got married and now you're living at rich residence. Every day your husband will close from work. He will want to go and sit with the boys to play dummy. A ban is saying, a ban is saying, yẹn wọn nsa na mbe ẹna ọpanyin mu doctor mu ẹna debiara no yẹn bá náà de nkọlẹ ti ha ẹbọ draft na esusu bẹ na how yes there was this doctor who lived in Kolegon and they bought a house in Adjegano in Lagos in Adjegano area East Lagos. Every day he closed from work, he gets up 9:30, even though he closes at 4:30. He will go and sit under a certain tree at Mobile, and they will play draft, eat shitolo, and will drink beer before we go home. In his house, there are chairs there that are more than 60,000 Ghana cedis. And the wife was worried, was going to church. There's a demon that is calling the husband. And one day, I finished a program on Joy FM about grieving the loss. And thanks to multimedia, they are part of the reason why today I have been honored with an honorary doctorate for the work I have done in the space and I'm still doing. I am grateful to them. And somebody like Honorable Vicky Hammer, oh, this woman, the day my wife was in labor, I was on TV with her. I didn't even shake my head as if something is happening to my wife. My girl, that this woman I married, she's strong. We were doing a show some 12 years ago. So my year to me a check, my to me one check. Ni abo my pastor on my degree. Jimmy Benkuni Pepiti said, I don't deserve it. Now when we go to Kusua, Eko Boni Dria, that's my money. That was just by the way. Every loss must be grieved. Now the lady, they say they cannot do the phone. Then finally, she came. I intentionally created the story and a scenario for her to come. I went to visit them and took some money to go and say sorry as my grieving money. Look born in Sawa, and I'm busy and say, "Bibia Bokwana," and I see YMPA. YMPA no be born me money. It's a money na me born no born me. And I see, say, oh, dancer and home beton. This will be a phone you so. I said, dear girl, live a year, you know, or be a who ye. Say only a sim and see no more trend. Now, yes, I will be a yes. It was your four bread, is I say, now, or your wine, or your wine, or your wine. Me the main cash. Now, baby, I make someone will be on. Now, me the bed judge between the two. Me say, now, okay. Then may you cook. Now, me judge you and I are dead. It is because she has not gone through grieving. So I want to provoke her, and then let's start going through the 5 stages of grieving a loss. And that is where she realized that she has to go back to the graveside of the husband to go and cry. I took her to the graveside. She wept. And some of the things she said, "Let me can't be. Me can't be." And they were jamming. From the body chairman. I was just watching her and listening to the things she was saying to the husband on the grave. Fat chairman. I nearly mentioned the name of the guy. The guy is a public finger. The guy is a public finger. I can say it because I know soon nobody did. Now, our body didn't be a yard deck a muddin. A dingy and you'll be unable. Honorable was is here. Or didn't be a friend. Honorable Victoria Hammer calls me with a certain sexual name. Yantambo. Oh, God, my week. But what I'm saying is that if you don't really go through proper grieving of the loss, you might do things. This guy's wife, if I didn't go to her and the guy didn't tell me to use a scenario to go and win her, like she'll be walking in pain and she's looking for the girl that she thinks is the one that killed the husband. But when she was crying at the tomb, she confessed at the tomb that she's part of the reason why the husband died. But the husband's BP is what killed him, and she was the one causing the BP. Here's some of the things the woman said. Minim pa say Tony be cry. Now Berman Brima and me beda. Hey, just control yourself. That's now I didn't mention anyway. Now me sit there be and then minio bedimio why bedim me. Why they bedim me track as me try there. Hey, I was at the tomb side with the woman, and I prayed and I thank God that I was not there with any family member. Me didn't depend on quiet. Say software. Wow, look, me way look at us and me do. And I demand be a for chubby. Why? For chubby. Hey, jealousy. Hey, jealousy, counselor. I've not realized that he was jealous. I didn't treat you. I'm saying, don't worry, cry out. Cry out. And she was crying. And everyone was watching me. Then a certain woman who was passing around the cemetery. Oh, voila. I found I can't hear him. See, madam, leave her. She's doing the therapy. Hey, counselor. Yeah, me, oh, any clue? Madam, she cried, and the things she said in her tears is what gave her the relief and assisted me to help her to go through the 5 stages of grieving. Can you believe that in her crying, she said something that shocked me? That it means that the lady even didn't still believe that the husband is dead. See, your kind. I see. And I mean, me Jimmy say who yeah. Me Jimmy say who yeah. Me Jimmy pass say who yeah. Yo. Then he mentioned the name of the husband. Yo. I'm pray. Me why do we? Ebi aya wo who say wo sorry. Na me ken na ye fimi ni abesi o. Eya me yaba. Yo. And no pa. Me fa pajamas no. And I me daso. Me da of pajamas so sa be ba be dia be she. Just because she was going through the loss of the husband, but now after talking to her in the grieving therapy, she realized that she did a lot of bad things towards the husband. She said in her tears, she said she was the reason why the guy was not coming home, and it's true. The guy will close from work and will still go and play another thing again in the evening, and will get home like 1:30, 2 o'clock. I spoke to the guy one time, and he says when he gets to the house, he can only talk to the wife 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, nothing happens again. She will just accuse her, and you walk away, and I'll come by ye. Or see, one day the guy told me that ultimately, or more down. Now the idea for the boxer shorts, I was privy to a lot of pain the guy was doing. But maybe so. None of it, even if the guy was doing it, it was wrong. I will never justify anybody cheating. But now you have lost him. Well, you can't replace the guy. And let me tell you all of the things he said when he was on the tomb. And I may hear them here, who call out back, who did Bruno Baba, who did Mug Baba. Whatever to me, your family call I know. It doesn't mean the woman cannot buy Milo. But there's Milo and there's Milo. Meaning something here. You will Milo. Here, what we could do. ekoton kusia, eton milk, one kasa so ba. Why are there? But ukuna kwa bonte na oba. Na wetuna to milu abreu. Waton milk abrewa. Eye fair. So when you lose a loved one, it is not easy. It's very painful. But if you don't go for professional grieving, you will say what you are not supposed to say in public. You can lose a relationship, not by death. I'm telling you. I say you can lose a position. I'm telling you. And emotionally, you'll be broken. Oh, Honorable says I should mention the way she calls me. Oh, she calls me Cyril. Oh, yeah, that's how Honorable calls me. She calls me Cyril. And when the things are in, she'll call me counselor. Anytime she calls me counselor 3 times, it means that, counselor, you are right. Oh, counselor, you are right. It means that something I said, she has gone to hit it, or a friend I'm going to hit it, and they are confirmed. That's what Honorable will call me counselor, you are right. I've worked with her for a long time. If that girl, my girl is 12 years, then I've known her on the TV show for 12 years. We're doing it together. We started multimedia late night show. I started with her on TV3. I said the honorary doctorate they've given me myself, I am not in need of it, but I know I deserve it. Honorable, you know already. Dr. Lutrux, so I'm bringing my conversation to, if you have any question, how do I grieve a loss? Only obi atwin bran, mo dom ho. Awale amba, wajawa ko wali obi. Afina abeka nkwasi asem wo bedwo. Me, obi endi mi twa enkosa. Okoti ewura bi atwemu, ebedu. Oh, and Sophie. No, if you, it's a loss. Let's grieve it. Let's grieve it. Me, women are broken up with me, bow. And unfortunately, most of the girls that breaks up with me, when they are getting married, I go and become MC without collecting money. I become an errand boy. I've never hated anybody in my life. But when I try, it will not work for me. But you break up with somebody and you say bad things, you say evil things. It's because you are not able to go through the grieving of the loss. I have something I'm going to play for all of you. And I'm happy there are more women here than men. And it's unfortunate that where I have this thing from is on public space, so I can play it with no permission. So people, hear this. Hear this.
Being pretty doesn't keep a man. Being honest doesn't keep a man. Being loyal doesn't keep a man. Being there for a man doesn't keep a man. Treating a man well doesn't keep a man. Making an effort doesn't keep a man. Caring about a man doesn't keep a man. Spending time with a man doesn't keep a man. Correct. You could have the best intentions, you could have the most sincere feelings, and you could be a good woman and still wouldn't be able to keep a man. Because the only way to keep a man is if that man wants to be kept by you. You can't force a man to be with you at all. You can't make a man to stay with you at all. You can't make a man to love you. You're right. A man that wants to be kept when the relationship gets hard will do everything to fight for you. Yeah, because a man only fights for a girl he wants to belong to. Yes. So if he isn't fighting for you when things get hard, he doesn't want you to be kept by. Thank you so much, my lovely. You know,
I repeat it. So let me repeat it again for you to see. So I have this post, and as I'm speaking, I thought it wise that let me bring it to the board and let's see the reality and the truth. Lady B and Abna and Honorable and the rest of you. A woman is saying that no woman can keep a man. None of the things you do can keep a man. Somebody said true talk. Let me play it again for those of you who didn't hear it.
Being pretty doesn't keep a man at all. Being honest doesn't keep a man. Being loyal.
He said being pretty doesn't keep a man. Being loyal doesn't keep a man. Go ahead.
Doesn't keep a man. Being there for a man doesn't keep a man. Treating a man well doesn't keep a man.
Treating a man well doesn't keep a man.
Doesn't keep a man. Caring about a man doesn't keep a man at all. Spending time with a man doesn't keep a man correct. You could have the best intentions, you could have the most sincere feelings, and you could be a good woman and still wouldn't be able to keep a man. Because the only way to keep a man is if that man wants to be kept by you. You can't force a man to be with you at all. You can't beg a man to stay with you at all. You can't make a man to love you. Right. A man that wants to be kept when the relationship gets hard will do everything to fight for you. Yeah. Because a man only fights for a girl he wants to belong to. Yeah. So if he isn't fighting for you when things get hard, he doesn't want for you to be kept. Thank you so much.
Now, how true is this statement? Somebody say true. That there's nothing you can do to keep a man. Is there anything that you can do to keep a woman? I gave a post on Sunday on my page, and I said good sex, good food doesn't keep a husband, but respect. When we are talking about keeping a man, what keeps a man? What keeps a man? What keeps a man? I don't know if this woman who is very bitter and has become a counselor as a result of what she has experienced. This is a talk on TikTok that another lady is saying that women listening to this. Somebody said this is bitter truth. We will see. I have 20 minutes left. Hear me. Is there a way to keep a man? If yes, how do we keep a man? Lady B. Amna, is there a way to keep a man?
I think there's a way to keep a man.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, there is.
But the lady said there's nothing you can do to keep a man. You see, and I'm looking at two stories here. Abna, there's difference between a husband and a man. That's our mistake in lecture. There's a difference between a husband and a man. Today, I went to do naming ceremony in the morning, and I was praying for the male. I prayed for him as a male. I prayed for him as a man. And I prayed for him as a husband because he's married. And I prayed for him as a father. Because a man is not the same as a male. A male is not the same as a husband. A husband is not the same as a father, because you can be a father and not a husband. You can be a husband and not a father. You can be a father and not a male. And you can be a husband and not a man. It's not about gayism. It's not about lesbianism. It's not about LGBT. No. Abna, I've lost everybody. Everywhere you go. Baby Gladys, thank you for being. I can see you there. I think I'm back. Thank you very much for staying with me. Thank you very much for staying with me. Thank you very much. So my story is straightforward. Keeping a man, keeping a husband. Tomorrow morning I have a discussion I'm going to do. Who is a good husband? How do we identify good husband? Thank you, Gladys. Baby Gladys, yes, the internet went on. So I'm back. Thank you very much. Some women behave like they are heads of the family and ends up neglecting their role as a wife. Okay? So you see, the write-up should be some wives, not some women. Because the difference between a wife and a woman. So there are wives who are rulers. And their husbands are just the kings. Like Jezebel. You know Jezebel? The thing Jezebel did with a stamp. The thing Jezebel did with the seal of the husband. The thing Jezebel did. Yes. So I'm asking, is there anything you can do to keep a husband or a man? I told you what happened to me. My grandmother said something, and after growing for some years, I'm considering that what she said, even though she was not educated like me, what she said is true. I've said it before, and I'll repeat it again. But may I get your views? Very important. Counselor, beating the traffic this evening. I don't understand. Okay, Mickey says, same as some men, they behave like women and neglect their role as husbands. I agree. I agree. I'm telling you, if you meet a very nice, hardworking woman, you can easily lose your role as a husband. Some women, look, you see, I've always said that I wish to have a woman that before I talk, she will support me. I love women's support, and I pay back. I'm not eating you. I'm very hungry. By any time I'm hungry, to avoid food poisoning, I do cheap jar chips. Sorry, forgive me. It's a commercial break. Thank you so much, dear God. Dear God bless you. Wow. Somebody's blessing. Lady Batson, thank you very much for blessing me. Make a request. Show me your view. Is there a way to keep a husband? And what does it mean to keep a husband? Have you kept your husband? And if you say you are keeping your husband, what are you keeping your husband for? From what? Hey, counselor, you go get matter. What matter am I getting? Me, I'm a matter. I occupy space. I am not an atom. Who doesn't want peace? Me? How do we keep a husband? Because the lady says you cannot keep a husband until the husband wants. She said you cannot keep a man until the man wants to be kept. He said if you are beautiful, it can't keep a man. If you are hardworking, it can't keep a man. If you live good, it can't keep a man. If you respect, you can't keep a man unless the man wants to be kept. Is it true? There are grown-up men who are sleeping with small girls.
You know, I always she always doesn't keep a man.
Being pretty doesn't keep a man. Being honest doesn't keep a man. Thank you.
Caring about a man doesn't keep a man at all. Spending time with a man doesn't keep a man away. You could have the best intentions, you could have the most sincere feelings, and you could be a good woman and still wouldn't be able to keep a man. Because the only way to keep a man is if that man wants to be kept by you. You can't force a man to be with you at all. You can't make a man to stay with you at all. You can't make a man to love you. Right. A man that wants to be kept when the relationship gets hard will do everything to fight for you. Yes, because a man only fights for a girl he wants to belong to. Yes. So if he isn't fighting for you, let things get hard. He doesn't want for you to be kept by. Thank you so much, my lovely.
There you go.
I always had truthfully, she always being pretty doesn't keep a man at all. Being honest doesn't keep a man. Being loyal doesn't keep a man.
I'm gonna come back.
For a man doesn't keep a man. Exactly. Treating a man well.
Somebody says always misleading people.
Making an effort doesn't keep a man. Caring about a man doesn't keep a man at all. Spending time with a man doesn't keep a man. Correct. You could have the best intentions, you could have the most sincere feelings, and you could be a good woman and still wouldn't be able to keep a man. Because the only way to keep a man is if that man wants to be kept by you. You can't force a man to be with you at all. You can't beg a man to stay with you. You can't make a man to love you. Right. A man that wants to be kept when the relationship gets hard will do everything to fight with you.
All right, Abna, you were going to talk before I had the internet issue. It says that there's nothing you can do to keep a man. And I was trying to situate the conversation well. There's a difference between a husband and a man. And I see you're writing that they are always misleading people. Why will I want to be kept as a husband when you talk like this as a wife? Wow. That's a question.
MC Kelly, come on.
No, Kelly, what you just said, I said I posted something, and Dufie and the rest, all of them are fighting what I posted. It's still on my Facebook post. And I will, yes, on Sunday, and I posted it whilst church was going on. It was inspiration. I'm in church, but the Lord said, release it. Yes, God gave me the message. I can forget that if you think good sex, good food is what can keep a husband, forget it. Because most of the good sex we have is outside marriage. Most of the good food we eat is outside marriage. So what will keep a husband at home? It's not good sex. It's not good food, because we can get good food outside. We can get good sex outside. As a husband, and a girl can give you on the wall plasma TV. You can fuck a girl and oh my God, and you can see that your male organ is, you know, there are times that one fair do be also a ginaso outside. Yeah, made your man me a top or a time for now. You are time for now, so pronounce your now be. They lay you a table in the presence of your enemy against your wife, and your wife becomes your enemy. So it is not good food. It's not good sex. You can be beautiful. You can be pretty. You can have breasts. You can have buttocks. You can have a good skin. You can be thick, tall. That is not what will keep your husband. What will keep your husband? Go to my page. and read. Abna, tell me what you're going to tell us that the woman's statement here is frustration.
To me, I don't think say your power with life movie. I don't think say it's totally true. No.
Okay.
The fact is, a man will be kept when he wants to be kept, but there are things that you can do to change the mind of a man.
Okay. Do you say you can do things? Do you say you can do things to change the mind of a man?
Not like really change, but also okay, confused.
Okay.
It's in the state of permanent confusion. It's only the wrong reason for you to be confused or but or nobody confused, no, not say you are putting your things in, you are doing things right. At a point in time, not the best answer you.
He feels guilty, eh?
Exactly. I'm feeling guilty. So yeah, me and this are crying. It's just let me drop everything and the end now bravo. Sometimes the behavior be more why drive with the white husbands away. It drives them away. But so someone says, so want to say you want to correct things and make your home a happy home. You can do a lot of things to keep your husband.
I understand. So you see, Abdullah, my question is that there's a difference between a man and a husband.
Yes.
So it is painful when your side chick is comparing the way you behave with her with the way you behave with your wife.
No, side checking no compare crap.
But that is what they do. No, but that was what they do. And I will hear the visa with phone anka. Will hear the visa with phone and nanka. Nakaba cost struck or what we sent to phone a money. Now, maybe phone I said, dear. Who see me use to yam? Me phone I said, who see me keep it cheap no bottom. You know where I'm coming from.
I know.
Me like a son. Oh no, you don't got dire condition. Just me that fun I say. What's it?
We say the right thing, say Mary. My worry no, worry. My worry the person will feel say for dire condition. My we suffer say for dire condition.
But what do you say?
Side chick.
Pablo, what do you say? Side chicks be no cream one more enjoy say wives be. I didn't hear. The son said, "We didn't bet me. And make him say make you say why be true baby." I was saying you don't know kasa one. We need to be too full man. Now you also point you moment go feel.
Say yeah, wife no say do I
Bible, nobody can hear. I say somebody divorced his wife because she doesn't know how to cook. Okay. I don't think I'll divorce my wife and she doesn't know how to cook. Because I don't know what it means not to know how to cook. I would divorce my wife if she doesn't want to cook. There's a difference between not knowing how to cook and doesn't want to cook. Because if you don't know how to cook, but you are able to go to the kitchen and do poison for us and let's eat, it's okay. My problem is that we don't know the difference between a man and a husband. So the woman is saying to keep a man, to keep a man. Why do you want to keep a man? That's my question.
That's one clarifying here. Also, I say husband.
Was she talking about a husband or talking about a guy he has lived with and the guy has jilted her?
I think she was talking about a husband, but I'm putting it right.
But if you can keep a husband, who says you can keep a husband?
You can keep a husband, yes.
Because he's married to you. That's the first thing you should know. No matter what I'm doing, this ring has kept me. When I want to leave, then I remember that I want to pay the bride price of this woman. So marriage is keeping me. Even though I can divorce, and that was what we're going to discuss today. So if you say that, if you are nice, you behave well, you are polite, it doesn't keep a man. I'm saying that there's a difference between a man, a husband, a father, a male. There's even difference between a father a man, a father, a brother. They are different. No African man, not African men. Nowadays, you can't keep them. Oh no. Since time immemorial, are we keeping African men? What can we keep them with? Me? What will keep me with a woman is total from full respect. If you respect me, regardless of what you think I do, I can't leave you. I will love you forever. I'm telling you. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you. Disrespect. When I talk one, you talk 20. Out of your 20 talk, 400 insults. Jezebel. A woman will look at your face and tell you that if you behave well, I'll make you one of the best husbands in town. How? You tell your husband, if you behave well, the things I'll do for you. Because Valentine, you bought me 2 shirts. Very expensive 2 shirts. One is close to 3,000 Ghana cedis. And you bought me 2 6,000 Ghana cedis shirts. And the next statement is that when I came to say thank you for the shirt, he said, well, if you behave well, I will let you become one of the best husbands in town. What does it mean for a husband to behave well? I say anything. What is the meaning of behave well? So you see, this statement must be interrogated. And I'm saying tomorrow morning, I have a whole show for this woman. If you know where she is, tell her that Dr. Counselor Luchot is coming hard. And why am I coming hard? I'm coming hard because I need to correct some of these negative things they are doing in the social media. I cannot allow them to say things that they are not supposed to say on social media. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. So, plus or minus, I have to close. I'm very hungry. So that when I collapse, you don't sit there and say, Counselor on that, on Gina Home, Demi, or come like Demi, getting chummy. My name is Sumari Ginger, a beer medium. I'm hungry and I want to eat. And to me, boss is here. What? I'll continue the conversation tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, I'll have a driver and we'll have this chat. And this chat we are going to have is going to be very provocative. Why? Because most women will have to understand where I'm coming from. There's a difference between a husband, a man, a male. Yeah, ginger, no dear. We have to sell some in Chicago. Oh, my brother, is he a sister or a brother? If you want to sell some in Chicago, please, it's a very simple way. I have over 1,000 sachets in US, in Jersey. So please, if you want to sell some, immediately call me right now or call 862-862-215-2007 right now. Call for ginger in America. Call USA for ginger right now, please. Chicago, I don't have a supply there. Call US right now. I want some in Virginia too. So if you want to sell Virginia, there's some in Virginia. No, Connecticut. Yeah, we have it in Connecticut. Yeah. So there's none in Virginia. I want a supplier in Virginia. Help me bring some to Virginia. Please call this same number, 862-215-2007, or better still, call me on +233-2 277-609-644. Ghana for ginger. Please call Ghana for ginger on this number. Ghana. Or you call USA 862-215-2007. If you are in North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, you don't need to do anything because there is some there already. We have some already in Atlanta, Georgia. We have some already in Houston, Texas. We have some in the United States of America. That is why I say we have some in New York. We have some in New York, and we have a lot in New Jersey. So all the places I have mentioned, we can do some business. Please, the profit margin is not huge, but if you sell more, and it's easy to sell because I give you mileage on my page when you are selling. Please help me help the needy. The proceeds out of the ginger is what we use to run the foundation because nobody gives us support. As I'm speaking to you, I'm going to do feed mother and child 5,000 and more at Kimbu Gardens AMA office in the month of April. I was going to do it in the month of April, but it didn't work for me because financially I see that there'll be a lot of constraints. So I spoke to my president. We might do it in May. We are soliciting for funds. We use the ginger money to do the help for the needy, for the hungry, for mother and child, for our health screening. We also help people with cerebral palsy children. So please, don't miss this game. And I'm looking for funds. I'm asking for your support, your $1,000, your $10,000. If you donate to us, you can use it to go and file taxes because we are tax-free holders in America. The 501c we have been given, so you can use our receipt to go and file your tax, and you'll be given tax clearance. That is why Joe Biden gave me the Lifetime Achievement Award when I was in the US because of the CL Foundation. Please help me do this together. Can we do business? I am waiting for your call. Call me on +233 277 609 644 or call 862 215 2007. I think I want to rest my case here before I collapse and fall, and then my wife will have to come and say things. As a husband, I know my wrongs. I don't need confirmation before I notice. Sometimes be less judgmental. All I can say is sorry. That's right. I know I'm wrong, but it is so annoying and so humiliating when your wife or the one you love push shit on your face. You are a thief. You are a womanizer. Every vagina you fuck. I regret meeting you. And you can't even be remorseful to say sorry. I know I am wrong. Why you rub it on my face to say sorry? I like your statement. I know I am wrong. I know I'm going to have a child out of wedlock. I know. Reminding me of it doesn't make me a good husband at home. That is why I want you to sleep before I come home. And it's killing me slowly. You are going to become a widow very soon. And they will say, I died because of poison from ginger honey chips. And you have to go to the media and tell them that I was sick of diabetes and BP. But who fueled my BP? It is you. Why? Because I have had a sexual relationship with a certain girl and you have got to know about it and you are rubbing it on my face to say sorry by force before you recover from your shock. When you say sorry, make sure you don't repeat it again. You see, that's what they will tell you. If you tell them you are sorry, They say then make sure you don't repeat what you are telling sorry again. Some will tell you what a sorry means to you. Sorry doesn't mean anything to you. You know you can say sorry, so you do it and come and say sorry. Yes, the conversation is sweet, but the boy is shaking. He has to leave. Because when he collapses, you will not be happy about it. Tomorrow morning, Ghana time, latest by 8 o'clock, 8:30, the conversation of who is a husband or who is a good husband. How do we identify a man and a husband? I'll play this video again. Can we keep a husband? Please don't miss tomorrow morning's conversation. I can't do it at any time except tomorrow morning. I might do it and go to the afternoon. But I believe that we've learned something. Finally, to Honorable John Kume's wife, my condolences. Madam Prophetess, can you stop talking about what killed your husband? Leave the public to keep talking. They are not denigrating your husband, but your defense and the things you say is opening up more blanket wounds and pain. Madam, I'm available to take you through death and grief. Mike Kelly says, 3 minutes, she will paint you blue, black, just trying to have a healthy conversation with her. Yes. When you are trying to have a healthy conversation with her, you see, they will still paint you blue, black. It's painful. And I'm saying that when you do this and you lose your husband because of high blood pressure, you become a widow. And the day you realize that you have done a wrong and a harm to somebody's son, somebody's father, and your husband, you go and cry at the tomb because you want to grieve properly. Are we talking from experience? No. But we are talking from a lot of things we have seen, heard, and practiced. The only thing that keeps a man who is a husband to you, and you can keep a husband and can keep a man when you give them respect, regardless of what they have done. Make sure your lips and your mouth will not exceed, because they are still men. Tomorrow morning we'll learn. Thank you, Honorable Victoria Hammer. Angelina, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. May I say good night as I leave to go and find some Coca-Cola to drink? That's why I said, Ghanaians, why? The man just died and they want to know the cost of his house. Oh yes, they said 2 million Ghana cedis is the cost of his house. I hope the prophetess will listen to you, Dr. Lutrot. Thank you. I also hope somebody will give her the video that I say my condolences, but I wish she will go through her grieving process well, but not speaking in public, especially to Prophet Najagezi. That war should end with all respect and humility. Yours truly, Dr. Counselor Lutrot. I came your way. If you want to have any time with me, you can please call me on the same number that I asked the Ginger people to call me, 0277 609 644. Thank you for being part of my show today. Experience for I can't read the tree word. But tomorrow morning, can I have all of you? Let's do it together. 8:30 Ghana time. If anything happens at dawn and I want to do some crazy thing, I will do something crazy because I don't sleep early. I'm a better. I miss you. Michael, thank you. I changed who I am for you, Michael. Did you see me clearly? I didn't see you writing again. Thank you, Joseph Baden. Thank you, Honorable Victoria Hammer. Thank you, Jane Anama Satwa. Thank you, Honorable Ieave. Thank you, Abna. Thank you all. Good night. Good evening. Unfortunately, I'm hungry, but I have a meeting that I have to attend at 8:30, and that's why I'm leaving now. If I don't leave now, I'll be late to my meeting. And I decided to do just 2 hours, and we've done 2 hours, 22 minutes. We have done 6 hours before. Abner will tell you, we did 6 hours of discussion, and it was something else. I can talk, I can discuss. Please eat banku. I thank you. Can you please send me some good money to go and buy banku and use the Momo number? Please send it now. I'll write the Momo number for you. You can use the 0277. It also can be Stigo. Send Momo on it. 0277 609 644. And you can also do Zelle and add banku money. If you do Zelle in America, add banku money, they will send it to me immediately to go and eat banku at Duncan's. Good tilapia. I hear. I stop. Good night. I'll see all of you again. Bye-bye for now. God bless you. Hopefully, I'll come your way the right time. But those who want to do business with me, please. Virginia, please send me a text right now after we finish so that I can get connected. We want to sell ginger in Virginia. We want to sell some in Chicago. Please, I beg you. I don't know who wrote that. Let me see if I can get their names. Georgia is what? So that I can get you and come and follow you. Me too, I have to look for you. Thank you very much. See you. I'll come back to you. Thank you. Facebook, Honorable Victoria, thank you for coming. Please support me to run my foundation policy this particular weekend, this particular year. Let's do it together. I'm very happy you will support me.
Yare yo, yare yes. Ubibenya wane fi yare. Yamfa yare nsunya nipa. Sichire yare ni no. Sickness can determine the last straw of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and loved ones, supporters of our foundation, the CL Foundation for Health, Diabetes and Asthma and Cerebral Palsy. We are knocking at your doors, knocking at your pockets, knocking at your emotions. Support me and my team to support people living with diabetes, asthma and cerebral palsy. Your donations are welcome on 862-215-2007. Your Zelle 862-215-2007. MTN Ghana numbers 055 000 5077 055 000 5077. It is the MTN number. CL Foundation for Health and Support. Help us with the diabetes equipment, glucometers, wheelchairs, old clothing, new clothing, financial support, and let's give it to the needy. Thank you for your support. Yare yo, yare yes. Ubibenya wane fi. I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America, everywhere you want, 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this, or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your whiskey, your brandy, anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips, 862-215-2007.
215 2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for